Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Today is day one of our Improving Your Gut Health series. I'm really excited to bring you some good information this week. It won't all be from me. You're actually going to watch or listen to some podcasts, and I might have some videos to share otherwise, but I don't want to give you too much information or too many things to watch and listen to, rather, when, I want you to stay focused and get the information that you need every day. So I just got done teaching Paleo Live, and I'm sitting in my car before I go in so my kids don't see me. So this won't be a very long live because I want to just get a few main points across, and then I'm going to link some podcasts that I want you to listen to. Some of the information you might hear more than once this week, but it's because it's really important. And even though I have studied gut health for a while now, I keep learning more. And because it's not something that people have talked about all my life, it doesn't all sink in right away. So it's a really good idea to make learning about gut health just part of what you learn when it comes to learning about your body and stuff. So when you think about gut health, some of you answer the questions. If you have not answered the questions that I posted super late last night, go to that post, and it's about 5 questions, super simple to answer. But I want everybody to answer them because I want you to think about it for yourself for the beginning of the week, and then we're going to think about those questions again at the end of the week. So I'm hoping that what you're going to hear, even just in 5 days, is really going to make you think differently about how your body works and about how to improve your health through focusing on your gut health. So gut health is kind of they're buzzwords. It's a buzz phrase, whatever, for some like health companies out there. I don't know how much people's doctors have talked to them about gut health, but it's something that has been treated more holistically than like just being sick or something, because this is something like you always have your guts, right? Your guts are technically your intestinal tract, so your gastrointestinal tract, your small intestine, and your large intestine. So everybody has to digest food through there, right? Has to process food, all that stuff. So that's where it happens, and it's way more than just about digestion. It all comes down to your microbiome. So that's what I was asking if everybody knew what that was, because it basically is just the environment of your guts, of your intestines. Whatever your ratio that's right for you, from good bacteria to bad bacteria. For the most part, most people, obviously the good needs to outweigh the bad. But the exact numbers, are going to be different for everybody. And you have to know there's like so many more like gut flora, like the bacteria is, I don't know, they say there's like a 10-to-1 ratio from your flora to your like cells in your body. So we all know like cells are tiny, right? Like the cells in your body, there's 10 times as much gut flora in your body. So the good and bad bacteria, which has, like I said, more to do than just food digestion. It actually affects your mental health. It affects your metabolism. It affects your immunity. So like if you have been stuck at a weight loss plateau and you feel like you're eating healthy, you feel like you're exercising, and you're kind of stuck, you may have, a really imbalanced gut. Your microbiome may be off. So a lot of people who have struggled with, that if they can do some sort of gut detox and kind of reset the balance of their flora, it makes a big difference in like the coming days and weeks after that. So we will talk about poop this week, like I said, so I hope nobody gets grossed out, but literally, I didn't realize how important it was to talk about poop and know about your poop and be able to go often. So a lot of us in here are moms. So, we dealt with poop with children for years, and it's fun. But as embarrassing as it may be to talk about, like, you don't have to say anything out loud if you don't want to, but just listen to me say it out loud. Okay. So we will be talking about it a little bit, but depending on what kind of issues you're dealing with, like if you have an autoimmune disease, or if you have, some foods can cause like overgrowth of bacteria, mainly bad bacteria. What they're finding now is glyphosate, which is basically Roundup, which is used on crops that are genetically modified or not organic, basically. So non-GMO and organic are 2 different things, but they usually kind of go hand in hand with the different crops or whatever. So just because it's non-GMO doesn't technically mean it's organic. But anyway, that's a side point. The glyphosate and the basic active thing in Roundup has been shown to damage gut health. It is causing extra bad bacteria. It is causing what they call leaky gut syndrome, which means if you think about the webbing, or the lining of your intestines is like a pantyhose. And if your bad bacteria kind of outweighs the good, your lining is going to be kind of stretched where it's more porous and the bad bacteria can seep through. If your gut health is poor, you may feel just kind of gross and toxic and really low energy, lethargic. You may have trouble pooping. All those things are kind of affected by your overall gut health. So there's not like a test you can do to see if you have leaky gut syndrome as far as I know, but it's more about kind of just really healing and sealing your guts. So your intestines should be smooth and closed, more like a tight webbing of brand new pantyhose versus 4-year-old pantyhose that are all stretched and you can stick stuff through the holes. So we're going to learn a lot more about it this week. I don't want to get too much into it to the first day. I just kind of want you to know what it is. So microbiome is your gut's environment. So a few quick ways we can talk about improving your gut health. And then we're I'm going to have you guys listen, to some experts on the Shalene Show podcast. And she interviews some guys about, they're doctors that talk about gut health, and they're just kind of go over some of the research, but I really want you to hear about the glyphosate, in the Roundup. And not that I'm saying you have to eat everything organic. I don't eat everything organic, but you really need to pay attention, not just to what you eat, but also to stuff that you put on your body, that you wash your hair with, the lotion you use. I'm guilty of not using the most clean skin products all the time. But the more you can do that, it really makes a difference. So the air that you breathe, if you live somewhere that's kind of polluted, all of that stuff affects your gut health. So a couple of the ways you can improve your gut health just immediately, just by changing a few little habits, are eating more organic food, less processed food, and then kind of focusing on cleaner products, whether it's cleaning products or beauty products, all that stuff that's around your body all the time, because you absorb stuff through your skin and it goes into your body, and your body ends up pulling it into your guts to digest, right? Weirdly enough, a lot of things, it at least goes into our bloodstream. And so it has to be excreted some way if it's toxic, especially if it's toxin. But most everything has to be excreted out of our body eventually. So everything eventually goes through your guts. So our guts are really long, a lot of stuff, it kind of takes a while to go through. But some people, especially if you're not regular, you have a lot of stored toxins in your body. Because even if you eat pretty healthy, you're still gonna, absorb some of the toxins from all that stuff if they're not rid of your body pretty quickly. So if you're only going to the bathroom once a day or less, that's usually something that can be changed by improving your gut health. And it's something really important to do because you don't want a lot of stored toxins in your body, because the longer they sit there in your intestines, the easier or the more likely it will be that they will start to be absorbed through your intestines into the rest of your body. At least they'll just sit there and you'll continue to absorb just a little bit, as it's sitting there. So, and not to freak you out. I don't nobody freak out. They're like, oh, I don't poop every day. I'm toxic. But, there's little things you can start doing, like eating more organic food. Obviously, drinking plenty of water. The quality of water matters. Even exercising can help improve your gut health, because like I said, it's tied to your mental health, your metabolism, and your immunity. So doing things to improve your immunity, like getting plenty of vitamin C, spending time outside. So one of the things that affects your microbiome is your actual environment, like where you spend most of your time. So, if you live in small town Alabama like me, the more time you can spend outside, where your body is most of the time, the more it improves gut health. I don't know the exact science behind all that. I'm not a scientist. But it affects it. So people who don't spend a lot of time outside usually have worse gut health than somebody who can. So I'm not saying you have to be outside all day, every day. I'm just saying taking walks, even if it's just a short one, most every day of the week, spending more time outside when the weather is nice, just hanging out outside and breathing the fresh air, even just walking around barefoot or touching on the grass, touching the dirt, just kind of being a kid again will help you have better gut health. So obviously that's easier to do when the weather is nice and when it's not raining or too cold. take advantage of it. Or some people are still dealing with snow. I'm sorry. So anyway, being outside is one way to improve it. Eating more organic food is one way to improve it. Cleaning up your products, not just your foods, but also your products that you use on your body and around your house. Doing things to improve your mental health, like if you need to watch less news, if you need to listen to more, positive podcasts or music or uplifting shows or whatever it is, if you need to rid toxic people in your life. So also when we'll talk more, like I'm going to spend all day on Friday talking about probiotics. So we'll get there. Okay. We're going to talk about like a little bit of different stuff each day. So today I really wanted you to take home, the information that our guts, our intestines, our small and large intestines, and they're for more than just digesting food. They affect your mental health, your immunity, and your metabolism. So a lot of people think that it's aging that messes with their metabolism, and a lot of studies are actually showing now it's your gut health. And the rise of poor gut health has gone up as the, frequency of Roundup and, the glyphosate, the chemical, has been used more widespread. So it's just a toxin that's messing with your gut health. Okay. So it's more about ridding the toxins, having more good bacteria than bad bacteria, in your gut environment. So, and you can start, like I said, by fresh air, cleaner food, all that stuff will help you improve your gut health. And, and I'm not saying like if you're only going to the bathroom like once a day or less, like don't run and go start taking laxatives. Don't, don't freak out about trying to make yourself, go more because you freaking out about being backed up with toxins. We will get you there. Okay. Because by the end of the week, you're going to know probably way more about your gut health than you thought you would. And, we're going to get you going more. It's just very important to be regular. And, I didn't know what it used to be like to even go every day. And now I go like literally 3 times a day. And I've been doing this for a while. And then I had a C-section last July, 9 months ago today, actually, with our baby that was stillborn. And, it was my only C-section that I've ever had. So having to recover from that was a little different. And it's really like, even though they obviously didn't cut into my intestines, but like, just because so much of my stomach was moved, my hormones, I think, are a little different. All that stuff, I've been experimenting with more things to improve my own gut health, and I can tell a difference. Like I kind of hit like a weight loss plateau myself. I was always really bloated in like my lower stomach, and it wasn't super painful or anything. But I realized that I probably had an overgrowth of bad bacteria. So I've been taking it into my own hands to improve my gut biome and improve my gut health by just adding better, good bacteria in there. So, a lot of the things too, like your overall like health period, but also your gut health, it's all affected by balancing your hormones. So we're balancing our gut flora, which is the bacteria, and we need to balance our hormones. And those two things are linked to, breaking through weight loss plateaus and to better mental health. So, you can eat more of a variety of food, because you want a variety of flora in your body too. It's not just about having a whole bunch of good, like you need to have diversity as well. But I can eat a lot more food that like you wouldn't think of it, like if somebody was a healthy eater, like, oh, I can't believe that would be diet approved. I don't diet, like I might be, more clean some weeks than not or whatever, but I don't follow a strict diet, and I don't have to, as long as I can keep my body balance. So my goal for me, and to pass it on to whoever, can be more aware of how their body is affected by food, and to help you figure out how to balance your hormones and how to balance your gut flora, because it will be life-changing. I'm serious. Like you'll feel so much more comfortable from the inside out. You'll be able to break through weight loss plateaus, and your food will just digest, and you'll take what you need, and the rest will go away. Okay. So if you have any questions about what I said today, drop a comment below. I'm going to put the podcast. There's actually 2 parts, I think, to like the main information. So as long as you listen to at least the first part before my live tomorrow, which hopefully won't be as late as it is today, but try to listen to both parts. And it's a little more elaboration on all the things I just covered, and you can understand the why behind it a little bit better and hear from the experts. So I hope that gives you a little bit of knowledge for today, and tomorrow we will get into some more specifics in a different way. So just start thinking about your guts and getting ready to love your guts and making them a little healthier, okay? So look for those podcast links, and I want everybody to listen to it in the next 24 hours. And then if you have any questions, let me know, and get ready for tomorrow.